Yeah, they'd be cracked. They get rid of the
Yeah.
Phantom Lancer. I think that's a really good one. They have absolutely no way of dealing with the hero at the moment. Another illusion
Even if
hero would be a good idea. Something like Terrorblade. Even the Naga
mhm,
Siren potentially would be a big issue.
yeah, they rid of the Sand King, even though that hero's been relatively untouched. That is also kind of wild to me.
Sand King
No,
is just like still the Blink initiator, right?
is it the Blink Initiator if nobody's picking it?
Dude, I feel like this hero has to be good still.
I mean, everyone else says no after the nerfs. He got hit pretty hard.
Was it? How bad were the nerfs, man?
Hmm, pretty bad. They reduced the DPS on his Sandstorm. They increased the mana cost all levels. They nerfed his Shard. They nerfed his talents. He just got like, super hard.
They didn't nerf the shard too, did they?
They did. This Shard bonus damage was reduced from 20 per pulse to
Oh
10.
my god.
Yeah, he
See, this is
just
what I'm
like got
talking
hit
about,
across the
man.
board.
What is this patch?
5 seconds remain.
No, I agree. I think Sand King got hit way too hard. So it was like, surprising that they ended up banning out that hero even. You have PL and PA on the other side. It's just got to be tanky offlaners so you can sit in front of the rest of your team that you're getting rid of here. And the only hero that fits that's left, I think, is the Underlord, right?
I mean, you can go for the Underlord. It's definitely not bad,
I think
actually.
they ban it, is what I mean.
Oh, yeah, they could ban it. It's just super annoying for Spirit Breaker to play into as well. Like, you never just have a good charge target.
DK. Fair enough.
DK is okay. There's not a ton of follow-up with it is the issue.
Mm-hmm. Wait, dude, Brewmaster was still in the pool. I could have gone for that instead. I guess that's like instant disable would have been pretty important for the lineup on the cut. I don't know how they ran out this draft. I don't see any perfect solution to what they're playing against. Like they're not going to be able to take any traditional fights up against DogChamp this game. It's going to be like dodging and trying to rat with this Nature's Prophet, and we'll see how well they're able to do that.
Yeah, and Viper is actually pretty good against heroes like Underlord. So I really don't know if like you can afford to pick the Underlord hero here.
Yeah. I've just gotten word that Luki is working and he also injured his wrist. So my claims were completely unfounded.
That sounds about right. Neph gaslighting people? I've never seen that before.
No.
Wouldn't be you. That's not on brand.
Yeah. At least according to their social media manager. Their actual manager is B9. The man does it all. He's handsome. He's great at Dota. He's the captain of the team. He's the manager as well. What doesn't he have?
A non-broken collarbone.
I mean, he's playing through it. It's impressive.
It, yeah. He said he got better. He was performing better once he broke his collarbone. Kids, don't try that. You know, five tips and this is the latest BuzzFeed article. You know, 5 tips and tricks to increase your Dota MMR.
Please don't try this one. We're definitely not advocating for that. All right, 40 seconds left to decide what their last pick is. They seem as mind broken as you are for what they want to grab last here. I thought Underlord could have been in the cards for them. There's Brewmaster as well. Any of these jump out on you?
Brewmaster is probably the most sensible. I don't know if you can pick Underlord here. They go Kunkka. Okay, well that is very awkward that this is probably going to be an offlane Nature's Prophet.
Yeah, I have it written down here that popular caster Ricky, I said 100% Nature's Prophet safe lane.
That's weird. I don't know who that is.
10 seconds remain.
All right. It's a good thing I cast with rkryptic and not whoever this Ricky person is.
5 seconds.
No, I think it's still safe lane NP.
The cope. Oh
I think it is. It's Scourge's hero. Like he definitely plays this like every single time for the cut, but maybe they're too worried about the Spirit Breaker pick. Boom!
Oh my god, you're so smart. Holy moly. I am privileged to get to cast with you.
Hey, that Ricky guy sounds really smart. Yeah, I'm sure he's incredibly handsome too.
I don't know. He wears glasses like some sort of nerd.
True.
So Fade's going to be on the Viper this game. It's going to be played over in the mid lane, I imagine. Spirit Breaker position 3. It's speed subbing in for Luki. And Stonebank 1 Ursa. Stonebank on this Ursa does not surprise me in the least. Do you think they'll have the strength to run them over in these team fights? I think Kunkka does fill a lot of roles that were previously unfilled.
10 seconds.
The question is how well he's going to be able to do inside the lane that he's playing in, though.
Yeah,
You think Gabe's gonna be able to find anything?
I'm not sold on this Ursa pick.
I'm not sold on the Ursa.
Yeah, I think the Ursa pick is the biggest question mark for me.
Dude, why are you such an Ursa hater? This is insane. What is Kunga even gonna be able to do to him?
What? He just cleaves him off the creep wave and walks away.
It walks away. Dude, the Ursa's just gonna be able to run him down. It's gonna give him Orb of Venom at the beginning of the game. Just build up Furious Wipe stack. You have to play so close to the creep wave. And Ursa's got a ton of armor to deal with that cleave. I don't know. You're insane. 10 minutes in the game, Ursa's gonna be at like 5k net worth, and Kunka's gonna be like looking like a position 5 hero. You'll see.
All right, let me write this down. Neph 100%. 5k net worth Ursa, 10 minutes. All right, yes, checks out. Ready to go.
All right, it might have been a little bit of exaggeration. Let's not go crazy here. 4.5k maybe. We'll just change these goalposts a little bit.
Yeah, very NA of you. Just move the goalposts.
Yeah. Sheesh. Woo.
It's getting hot in here, bro. You all right?
Yeah, a little bit. It might have just been kids on this Lena though.
This is a PG broadcast, Neff. Thank you.
Right, of course. All right. I'm gonna smoke up at the beginning of this game, see what they can find, if they can establish some early vision on the side of the cut. What do you think of Scourge McDuck's starting items, by the way? Look at his unhinged behavior.
I don't know if I haven't clicked him yet. But I am going to guess.
Go ahead.
It is wand and like a fully completed wand and iron branches. Oh, so
close-ish. Robe of Magi and a bunch of iron branches. I think this is unhinged behavior. It is wild how beginning item meta has changed. Take us back to one courier where everyone was griefing each other, please. Thank you.
Dude, I can't wait for salves to just be removed from the game. It's gonna be so sick. It's gonna be my favorite timeline.
Salves don't actually heal you anymore. It's just a placebo effect.
You just rub this green goo on you and it slows you instead.
You have a beautiful way of addressing the unbalanced things in the patch, Ricky.
Dude, I can't wait. I can't wait. Like salves actually need to be either completely removed from the game in their entirety, or they need to be like rebalanced so that if you cast them on another unit, they go on a 5-minute cooldown or something.
Just so one guy can't just like salve up the other constantly. I don't know. I think ever since they introduced couriers, like multiple couriers, and just became like, all right, I'm just gonna consistently send myself out salves. Harassing is not nearly as big of a deal as it should be. I mean, there's very little, and this is across every lane as well. Like in the mid lane, it doesn't matter how much you harass the enemy laner. Like they just grab themselves water runes and whatnot.
Well, that's a mistake in the mid lane meta that Valve has yet to address for 2.5 years.
Yeah, I mean, it's
despite literally every mid lane player in the world asking for it to have been changed.
Yeah. I guess all these changes kind of make up for like any skill discrepancy between two players. Like it is still possible to play the game even when you're getting owned, thanks to these things.
Yeah, that's why everyone hates it. That's why everyone's very upset about it. They're like, oh, I'm losing my lane. I guess I'll just ferry myself, or I'll just get another salve from my 5 position.
Yeah, like this guy should be losing the lane harder than he currently is if I'm able to do this much damage to him, right? I don't know. Let's talk this game though. I mean, mid lane matchup, Fade and Kits, Viper and Lena. It's difficult for either of these heroes to punish the other too much.
I think it's okay for Lena. Like it's decently Lena favored because you have the slightly extra attack range, if I'm not mistaken. 670 versus like 6.
You have a lot more attack range.
Okay, yeah. I thought Viper was 600, but
no.
Either way, yeah, you have the extra attack range to work with, and Lena, decent lane pusher as well. So even though Viper has like Nether Toxin to push, like Lena can push pretty well.
Yeah. And Lena's gonna have an easier time of cleaning up creep camps and whatnot as well.
I'm surprised to see what Fade's gonna go this game in terms of abilities. Like he's got 0 points poison attack, 2 into the corrosive skin. I actually kind of want him to just go 0-2-2 and then go back for poison attack.
What? 0-2-2?
Yeah.
You're insane. There's no way he puts another point into Nether Toxin here.
Dude, Nether Toxin owns, man. That ability farms hard.
Yeah, it just doesn't scale that well though.
But
that's the only issue with it.
Yeah, I think maybe he's gonna
Stonebank.
Oh yeah, you were right. Stonebank falling low, no regen.
Fine, he's got armor.
He does. B got a nice little tango through the tree there. Hey, remember what I said about like Kunkka's just gonna like cleave him and walk away?
No, that's not happening. You're absolutely insane.
You're
Stonebank's
right.
gonna be just fine here, even if he has like no CS and
It's all an illusion.
no money. Yeah.
Luckily, we got this big bad ogre here to cause some damage.
Yeah, dude, B-God is just trying to put the RAS on this guy. This is a classic Skywrath player behavior. It's like clicking the enemies as much as possible.
Yeah, there's your classic. I've sent another salve for you, my good sir. One coming out from each of the supports here, as the carriers are now allowed to rejoin the game.
Yeah. We'll see if Stonebank managed to get on top of these heroes. He does Orbit Venom. There he goes. Goes on to aid. Oh, the pause comes out in the middle of the cast animation for the Torrent. So the interesting part about Torrent is one of the few abilities in the game that you don't have to be facing. Like, sorry, G. Okay, you don't have to be facing any direction that you throw it out on. So this could go anywhere. He needs to predict it on Stonebank. But the stun on the Rubik manages to land that Torrent, and now they're both just going to walk away. They can't actually commit onto the Rubik, even if he gets an attack off with his Orbit Venom, because Rubik went first item boots.
Yeah, and
Aid
does have to be careful. He actually, no, he's fine. He got boots.
There's
as well.
Yeah, he would have gone on him there with that Earthshock if Bloody Knight had mana to follow up on. But he wasn't able to hit him with an Igniter or Fire Blast. He went for a Clarity instead of... he might just Clarity himself so to get the stun off. He gets the dodge, but B9
fast.
has no follow-up.
Yeah, too fast. Able to get away.
Yeah. Boots on the Kunkka as well. Yeah, he's going to Clarity himself now on the Ogre Magi. So his lack of resources is why they didn't manage to find themselves the kill here. We can touch back on this mid lane matchup. Actually, did end up clearing out the sentry ward on Kits. So prior to that, Fade had the scamp ward. Oh,
don't worry, Jerry didn't miss it.
Very good. Didn't expect B9 to give that one up. Oh,
that's a sick Torrent. Well. Stonebank gives a double kill on the B-God's Rubik.
All right, this is not a good start for the side of DogChamp. And again, it's about to touch on the mid lane matchup. Kit's dewarding that small camp, so it's going to give Lina a decent like EXP and net worth advantage when he can clear out these small camps because he does this much faster than the Viper does it. The other toxin's good, but you don't move from camp to camp as quickly as Alina does.
Okay, denied. Nice. I thought I might have missed a kill, but nope.
No.
We don't do that here. This is
no.
Not amateur
Yarn?
hour. Thank you. Gonna get baited by a courier. Feels good.
No. Well, he was just, I think, also trying to deny himself to the tower or something like that, and just gets him run down by the party. Way more movement speed than him. Actually, even when Wonder Wyvern has boots.
How sad is that? This like tiny little skeleton has no boots, and
he's just as fast as the.
You're an ancient
flying.
dragon.
Yeah, an ancient dragon is right. Old and slow. Speed ended up wasting his Tread of Darkness, so they can't come down to Overlom there, but they will end up securing themselves this Nether Ward, hopefully.
Nice. Easy 20 gold.
Only 20 gold. You think he should be worth more at level 1?
Nah, not level 1. Fade. Laguna Blade mid lane comes out from Kits, finds the kill. Nicely done. See, this is why I'm not a huge fan of the 2 points poison attack, because you're never going to poison attack this Lina. It's just not happening. So it's like my theory was like you go 1-2-2 and then eventually like go back to maxing the poison attack.
But it doesn't matter that you can't poison attack the Lina. Like you want to be able to rotate to other lanes and find things there instead of just playing against the Lina.
Well, mid lane, or rather in the jungle, Overlom charged here by Speed, goes for the high five. Doesn't get it. Very unlucky.
Yeah, hopefully Speed will high five him in just a moment.
Speed's
I know
not a
Luki
team
would
player.
if he was in this game.
Yeah, exactly. He's not a team player.
Hanging. Very sad. This is why Speed is never going to be a permanent replacement.
Bottom lane, though, you do have the catapult. Pushing in, doing a little bit of damage on over to that tower, but Scourge does not want to sit around any longer. Looking at his item build here, he's got the treads, queues up the stick into the wand, and then eventually the maelstrom. So pretty much standard item build there from
You've been burned.
from the Nature's Prophet. Nothing like really too out of the ordinary.
Yeah. I've seen him go for this build before as well. Boring if you ask me. I want to see you change things up a little bit more, Scourge McDuck. Come on, you can do better than this. Entertain the people. All right. B9, drop an observer and a sentry, scan out the enemy team triangle. So hopefully it can set up a kill on to Lina at some point, especially when they have an SB on their team. Speaking of the Lina, Kits is getting gone on.
Yeah, well, they're going to try and turn it around onto the Viper instead, and they definitely do. A lot of damage coming through. Charge going to be interrupted there by B-Gon as he still managed to have all his stun speed. Now, underneath this tower, going to try and chase down the Pugna. LSA off the mark, but he gets him with one last auto attack. But
that's my boy right there. That's speed. He doesn't give up.
Well, maybe he should have. He might have wanted to there. he just died for the 5 position.
Yeah, but that's a real Spirit Breaker player right there. You never stop charging. You always go. B9. He's setting this one up for Kits. Fade, can you get him?
Yeah, he's got him. I think 5 stacks of poison.
He's gonna die inside the base.
He literally bottled it out. He's fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Scourge McDuck bottom lane though in some trouble. Speed doesn't have that nether strike, but a convenient bash.
Did he bash him again?
Nah. Pseudo RNG, man. No way you get that twice speed.
The first bash was pretty lucky, but he managed to grab himself the tower and immediately TP's top once you get to work up here. Aiden can assist him.
Yeah, this is a really smart TP. I mean, of course, Spearbreaker can, just charge the other side of the map, but the Ursa, he TP'd bottom, so you've already lost your tier 1 tower bottom, and now the pressure being applied top. Yeah. And already a 1,000 gold lead here for the side of the cut. Not too much, but feeling like they definitely have a little bit more control over the game.
Yep, mid lane, they can try to set up on Fade here with the Lina and the Rubik. Bigod doesn't wrap onto the Dia side, though, so I think a little bit worried about playing that close to tier 1 tower. Instead, he's going to move back to the jungle. They're still going for this tower, though. Scourge McDuck, he's just going to take this.
Yeah, good old NP. Now in the jungle, getting aggressive here. They find the Viper. Nether Tox. Oh my gosh, stolen Viper strike from B-God will help them find the kill there first as they're turning their attention on over to the Wyvern. Nether strike in pump fake from Speed, but afraid to do it. He doesn't have any follow-up. He's going to charge in a couple of seconds here potentially, but here comes the X. The boat, of course, comes out perfectly timed. Ends up being a double kill for the Lina. 3-4-1 as they now turn their attention towards mid lane, and SMD's already here.
Man's on it. You don't even need to say the word. It takes a fight in the jungle. 3K net worth advantage already, and they're about to have a 3 tower advantage on them as well.
I mean,
Yaren, I'm concerned about Yaren, but Kids is pretty low on mana. They're all going to back up for now, but I did decent damage. Only 400 HP left on this tower, and Scourge McDuck is now done his Maelstrom. Being flown out to him right now.
They also forced a lot of heroes to the mid lane again, right? Like they forced multiple TPs to the mid lane, and
yeah,
you're just chilling on the side of the cut right now.
Yeah, we're 10 minutes in. Ursa's at 4,500 net worth, by the way. If I had the opportunity to change my goalpost, I would have been right, but he didn't shut down the Kunkun the way that I thought he would. That one went a little bit too Cut's way. Hopefully he has the opportunity to come back into this one, Kits.
He's found Stone Bank. You definitely don't have the damage alone, so he's just going to TP home. Pops the Enrage, yeah. But I mean, you force the Ursa off the map, so not the end of the world.
Fountain. Yeah, and you've got bits of travel in the lead. It costs you nothing to rotate down here. Like, the reduction of the cost of Laguna Blade too is absolutely insane. So you're correct just to like drop all your spells in the enemy carry, force him back to the other side of the map, and he's not farming for like 30 seconds on the Ursa all of a sudden. So I think it's a good move there by Kits.
Mid tower gets denied.
You denied your tower, yeah. Yeah, they were forced to deny that one. He kept on like ratting the tower with a Nature's Call treants.
All right, this is actually a really smart rotation. They are going to charge onto SMD here. Speed will connect and set this one up for a pretty easy kill here. Can't really get away from those poison attacks. Does end up dropping the summons at the very end here. Overlom gets another ward in between them, and you've got Aid rotating in as well. The boat way off the mark, but they will get the X here onto Yaren. He's got a Winter's Curse. He's looking for a target to use it. And he ends up catching the Rubik. Question is, will he be able to find the killer on a B God? He does. All right, nice last-ditch effort there from the Wyvern.
Yeah, the reason that boat came out on the Viper is they were just trying to force him off that nether ward. They wanted it up so the cut would be able to take that fight there no matter what. Good turnaround at the end there, though. Dropping that Winter's Curse off into him. Gets taking down his own ally. You don't even have a lot of damage on the Lina at this point. We still end up going down.
Well, net worth wise, your Ursa is doing it decent for sure. He's on his way to his Battle Fury. How do you feel about that one?
I mean, this is standard, man. I mean, it's what Ursas go when they want to play into the late game. And I think this game, you probably want to go into the late game. You clear out all Nature's Prophet's treants pretty quickly as well. I actually like it.
All right.
You sound... The way that you asked that question leads me to believe you don't like it.
No, I actually think Battle Fury is correct. The only other option on Ursa nowadays is Diffusal, right? And I don't think Diffusal is going to do you a whole lot of good here because you're going to get like sprouted and you're just going to get like BKB Lina, who's just going to like walk away from you, and your hero is going to like kind of walk around very, very sadly with your hands in the air. So I think this is smarter. Yeah, just trying to farm up on the Ursa as he gets the BK or the Battle Fury completed here. Just 13 minutes. I mean, it's a pretty dang good timing.
Yep.
Smoke up from 4 here on the cut.
There's nothing easy for them to connect with right now, not until the lanes are shoved in. And it's not going to be extremely easy to shove the lanes in up until you have this Aghanim Shard on the Nature's Prophet. He's got the gold for it right now. He just needs to wait for the 15-minute mark before he's got it. Viper?
Yeah, they're going to find the Viper here. The Torrent, the X, the boat. They get the kill. They also saw Ursa bottom here, so they know exactly where that hero is if they do want to try and make a play to find Stonebank. But I think for now, they're going to look back to just pushing this mid lane.
Gets pinked out. They scan out B9, by the way. I'm pretty sure they think this one is going to be Ursa, so they're hesitant to walk up the hill on either of the supports.
They've got great vision here on the side of... Oh, is there just...
Not anymore.
Right on the edge of that sentry. I didn't see it.
Yeah. They had great vision, is what you mean to say. Stonebank's, yeah, was to get you to work on his blink dagger. Yarn's sitting up in the top lane potentially. He's hoping that he shows himself on Scourge McDuck, but he's just gonna send his illusions to push instead for him. So if the Nature's Prophet did show, then you just drop a curse onto him underneath the creep wave and his treants. Let the SP charge, try to set up on that, but SP's gonna charge the bottom lane instead. Going on to A, there's no follow-up for this.
This is...
Oh my god, this is psychopath behavior.
Does Speed know he's like just about to die? Like, I'm very confused
Lukey
here.
wouldn't have done this.
Okay. Space made as his team goes into the Roche pit, but it's just instantly pinged by Kits here on the Lina and LSA onto 3. He's just gonna walk in and see them. B9. Oh my god, is he gonna... Ursa? Has to pop the Enrage?
On here?
He's just trapped. Nice Winter's Curse, doing some work here. Stonebank, first life is spent. Kits on the backside is still pretty low, but aid inside the Roche pit here, giving all the vision, and now Stonebank zapped down by the Laguna Blade.
Yeah. So they do end up getting the Roche kill there, but they end up giving up the Ursa for it. You could have bought back there in speed and tried to charge in, but I think that fight was never yours to take. It's too difficult fight like underneath the nether ward. What?
This build on Kunkka is actually sick.
Vladimir's offering. Is he going Wraith Pact?
Yeah. First item Wraith Pact.
All right.
He's got it.
I was theory crafting this with a couple people. This item genuinely looks very good.
It is very good now. 100%. This item is like legitimately good.
It was pretty good before, but like the weird glitches with it, where it's only like 900 range instead of the 1200 like Vladimir's offering is for the aura. Made it kind of unfortunate.
Yeah, it made it bad. It didn't make it unfortunate. It made it bad.
Okay. I use the word unfortunate to not get myself in too much trouble. You can call it bad, though. It was bad.
It was pretty bad. Yeah, I mean, this item is pretty sick now. The downside is the mana cost, right? It is 100 mana to use, 60-second cooldown, but within that radius, enemy heroes just deal, what? Is it 30% less damage? How much? What's the damage reduction on it now? Yeah, increased to 30% damage reduction.
Yeah, it is wild. That is very good. That on top of the Netherward, the spell reduction they get from that, your spell's just like they can be hitting for a fraction of what you think they're going to hit them for. It's going to throw you off like crazy in these team fights.
Yeah.
You do have okay heroes for hitting it, like the Winter Wyvern and the Viper. But if those heroes get locked down or killed at the beginning of the team fights, there's simply no way to deal with the Wraith Pact or the Netherward. I can't wait to actually see this in a team fight. Like, DogChamp are going to be like, okay, this fight looks great, let's go on them. And then be like, huh? We don't do anything. Not to mention the boat from Kunkka.
Yeah, there's a lot of damage reduction here.
Yeah. This is like massive brain plays here.
Well, we'll see if Aid will be able to survive the initiation onto himself. Doesn't look like it. Instantly deleted there by Stonebake. Winter's Curse finds the Pugna. Not necessarily the best target, but Bigot with the rotation and gets a Winter's Curse of his own onto the Ursa. It's not going to be enough to finish him off, so he's going to pop that in Rage. The rest of these two supports going to try and hobble away, but it's not going to happen. 3 heroes dead for the cut. DogChamp finding himself a little bit of breath of fresh air here.
Yeah. Well, that was your Blink Tag reveal on the Ursa. I didn't expect you to get on top of him so quickly, and he's bursted down inside the stuns. The second stun that came out afterwards also kind of unlucky. He would have at the very least been able to get the Wraith back down for that fight, then maybe wouldn't have lost his allies, but if he doesn't end up getting it off, then... Alright, doesn't matter at all that you lose 3 heals. You lose your top tier 2 while all that was going down.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Scourge McDuck. Cool stuff. Very epic. This is how Ice Frog wants Dota to be played. Don't think for a moment that this isn't intentional, Ricky.
Oh, I'm starting to get that feeling, yeah.
Mid lane, the boat comes off onto Fade. There's the Wraith Pack. Look at it. Zoom in on the Wraith Pack.
It's very cool looking.
All right, we can zoom back out. I think spooky, actually. And the spooky skull that reduces all your damage by 30%.
I'm a little bit surprised that it looks
Spooked?
nothing like the item.
It kind of looks like it.
It's just a floating skull with wings. It's like literally Avenged Sevenfold's logo. It's very bizarre. Oh, Winter's
band.
Curse catches the Rubik. Very nicely done. He is dead.
I love Music Band.
What?
Music Band?
Okay, so okay, everyone. Just in case you're wondering what Neff's like music tastes are, we get in a call today to like start casting, and I'm like, Neff, hello, can you hear me? Like, no response. I'm just like, all right, you know, maybe he's AFK. Pull up his camera. He's sitting there in his computer, staring at me, doesn't say anything. And I have to like yell his name, and he's like, sorry, I was listening to anime intros very loudly.
I will not be ashamed of my what's the word I'm looking for here, Ricky? Help me out.
No.
My taste. I will not be ashamed. I'm just gonna be myself. All right.
I respect it.
You do enjoy your Avenged Sevenfold.
It's a band I haven't really listened to in a long time. Still good band though. Bottom lane, Kit's gonna get charged here. Stunned up for the beginning of it. Has to BKB this to get away from Stonebake. Nice decrep as well. Overall, I'm just gonna try and top him off. The Wraith Pact is down.
And moving very slowly towards this tower. It doesn't go very fast.
No, it is very slow.
This is the balance behind it. But it does take a while to bring down.
Yeah, I really thought this item would look like, or like the totem would look like the item, you know? Doesn't it really have like the crown and stuff on it, you know?
No. Maybe a workshop artist to get on that. Dude, wouldn't it be kind of cool if you had like custom items or something like that? Would people buy those?
I mean,
There's
that's part of certain heroes.
Yeah, certain hero
like
cosmetics, but like
that.
universal stuff. Because the only like universal stuff is like map changes and what is that armadillo thing that you can get? That follows you
Frondillo.
around? Yeah, it follows around like a couple different heroes, right?
Yeah, that thing's super pay to lose. No one actually
Yeah.
uses it.
Yeah. And then there's pets that you could have in Pog, that thing that Sunsfan was making. But then they ended up using too many computer resources, so we had to like downgrade it to be a JPEG or something that would follow you around. Very funny. Very funny.
Oh, charge top lane. And he's gone. Okay. Is he out, though, is the question. They don't have detection. Yeah, speeds up in the trees.
They're going to know that he's up in these trees here, but he's already TP'd out. Yeah. It was a nice try there by Scourge Me Duck.
I feel like both teams are farming, but like no one's really accomplishing anything.
They're about to make a... Yeah, they're accomplishing this. Okay, watch this. Stonebank, he sees the... Get back there! There's a DD rune!
He's bottling.
Oh, he's getting the bottle. I'm stupid. Stonebank's smart. All right, he's also got the BKB coming out. Here we go. There it is. This is your timing on Ursa. Okay? Potentially, you could have this for the next Roche Pit fight, but I feel like there's no reason not to just run into the heroes on the cut if you have this BKB and DD.
That's Fade's BKB as well. Got no one.
Oh, yeah, yeah. This is what they're waiting for. They were just like 50 gold off this and clears out the agents. He's got it. So this is a very big timing for DogChamp. And the net worth advantage for the cut is less than 1,000. Like, you 100% take this fight right now. And they're getting ready to. It's kind of unfortunate that Speed is close-ish to his Aghanim Scepter, but he's not going to be able to finish farming this thing before this next fight. So here we go. I'm going to try to scout this one out. If they run into Rubik, I feel like it's not the end of the world for the cut. And they might just based on V-God's positioning. They ping them out. They catch Vision of that Ursa underneath that Observer ward. And B9 for that matter, but he's going to be able to get the D ward off with this.
He's got both D wards. That's a feels good for sure.
I mean both D wards.
There was 2 wards. There was one on that high ground and the one on the other dire high ground.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, the one before that. I was just paying attention to the second one that scouted them out. It's no surprise that B9. B9 is the true B-God. Let's be real here. He can do anything. The man's a captain, manager, player. I imagine he coaches them as well. Powerful streamer as well. Twitch.tv/B9. Bloody 9.
Yeah, I say Bloody 9.
No. And Speed is going to be able to finish up his eggs now. So they will have this for the next fight. They're probably, they're not going to have this double damage rune though, unfortunately.
So I guess my question to you is like, is this farming NP going to be enough?
I mean, probably. They're doing a great job at dealing with him now, though. I mean, they still have the tier 2 standing in the mid and the bottom lane. But, like, they always have one hero that's not with them on DogChamp because they deal with his MP. Overloam?
They managed to find Overloam, you are correct, and drops the ward with his last,
Dude,
last few moments.
Getting away from this one? He is.
Yeah, he has Arctic Burn. He's flying around.
It was a nice attempt to save him with the Force Staff.
I have a question. When NP gets his Sprout leashes, it pierces BKB. How does Ursa deal with this?
He just goes through it. Or presses his Enrage and then walks out with Battle Fury. What do you mean?
I'm just trying to. I'm just like not sure if you. I don't know if you can actually leave once like you're inside the Sprout leash, but maybe you can.
Yeah, he'll leave. And just like walk out of it. It's fine. You can just walk away. You just like effectively leash, so you can't use certain abilities, but you can still walk away. It definitely does pierce to the BKB though. I'm surprised they even moved this talent to be the level 25 though.
I mean, it's definitely not better than
removed
TP cooldown or Treant HP damage. Both of those are nuts.
I'm pretty sure he balances home.
Oh, nice save there from the Rubik. He gets down the Wraith Pack Totem. Overlom first to fall. Ogre taking a lot of damage here. Big Wrath of Nature coming through to try and finish these off and chasing after Stonebank. He's going to pop that BKB. Winter's Curse does come through onto the Lina. Looks like all members of DogChamp might be able to just get away. They're all out. They're safe.
The Wait a minute. Get out.
Yaren, less safe suddenly.
Whoops, he says. They're gonna have to they have to go back into this one.
You got no spells on the Dire. This is so scary. B9's just hobbling around with no HP, just drops a sentry. Time to do what he can. Sprout does catch Fade here on the Viper, but Stonebank comes in, managed to find himself a kill there onto 8. Now chasing for more. Rubik. Gotta be careful. Sprout does catch the Ursa, but there it is. The Sprout being a little bit of a nuisance, forces him away. Viper trying to stand his ground, not going to be successful in doing so as B-God now going to be just fine as another Sprout Holds down these melee cores, and Scourge stands around through it all. Level 20 now. He's gonna be able to finish up the Roshan. Nice buyback on Aid though. That was super important.
Yeah. Stillbank gets his BKB in the middle of this one, but he leaves the pit. Like, he's able to contest this now, I feel, but he gets over here too late. The skin would have scouted out Stonebank if he was playing a little bit closer to the pit, though.
They have such a good shard for the Kunkka this game.
Yeah.
Tidal Wave just makes it so good.
Yeah. Throwing these heroes just slightly out of position is going to do a lot of work. Like, Ogre Magi and Winter Wyvern, I think Winter Wyvern especially, being able to catch him when he's like, trying to hide in the fog nearby these team fights. He's got Blink Dagger and Aether Lens, though. So it will be kind of difficult catching him. I think he's able to sit kind of far back.
Yeah. I mean, the disarm's just super value, too, against Viper and Ursa. And Spirit Breaker. Like, this is super value, or like Shard.
At level 20 on the Ursa as well. I mean, he actually ended up going for the Furious Wave damage and the extra enraged status. Yes. Do you like this? I know you don't like Ursa at all, but do you like this?
I think if he doesn't go Furious Swipe damage, they're going to have a real damage issue. So I think he just needs to have it.
Yeah.
Nature's Prophet didn't go. Oh, he did go Sprout Leashes. Okay. For some reason, I thought he didn't go for it.
Yeah. 100% miss chance is kind of nice, but the leash is kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
Again, I'm pretty sure how you
Earth
balance
Shock while leashed. You can, right? It's one of the few abilities that it's one of the few movement abilities that is allowed to be used while leashed, right?
You hop in place when you use it, I'm pretty sure. When you're leashed. Same goes for Tango W. It's the same thing.
Interesting. Scourge is becoming a massive problem. He's closing in on his Eye of Scotty here. Speed in the top lane. X into Torrent off the mark thanks to that Bulldoze Stanish resistance.
Yep, or at least I know it's the case for Root. I'm not sure if it's still the case for Leash. Yeah, but yeah, I know it's the case for Root. If you're Frostbitten, you don't move at all. I'm a boomer, I don't know new mechanics.
I'm trying to think, like, just in terms of, like, Pounce from Slark, right? And it's like, you just don't see the hero that often anymore, so it's hard to remember.
Yeah, it's different from that. It works more like Tango W. In fact, it is very similar to Pango W ever since they changed Pango to do with slow on his shield crash. He's working on the Satanic as next item. I mean, at the very least, you'd be able to sit in the middle of these team fights and brawl if he has Crepify dropped on him as well. Instantly gets a dispel with that.
Gold and sweet.
And he is getting closer. Only needs another, like, 1,000 gold for it. And he's good to go. Top lane.
Yeah. B9 got a good D ward, but ends up paying for it.
I think they're happy just stalling for the next minute and 45 seconds on DogChamp. They don't want to fight into them when they have this Aegis.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. It is very scary, though. You have a gem picked up on Overlom, and like this NP will always be able to outfarm you, and Lina is definitely going to outfarm, you know, her counterpart and become, you know, much more of a scary hero as this game goes on. Like, you know, Viper scales, but not nearly as fast as Lina.
Yeah. One of the benefits one of the things they do have going their way on the side of DogChamp, though, is what we talked about in the draft. The cut don't have a way of like forcing these team fights, right? Kunkka is an okay solution for it, but nobody's amazing at getting on top of people, catching them out, and being able to go for an objective after that. So they've been kind of able to dodge and, you know, split push the map a reasonable amount, despite it feeling like the cut overwhelming them in the team fights lasted a while. Scourge McDuck is currently going for an Eye of Scotty. Do you like this?
Yeah, I think this is sick. Like, it's just, it's so difficult for the Ursa to play into, Viper as well. So one of the things that changed with Scotty, like I said, the patch notes were like incorrect on this, which is a little bit weird. But
it didn't say percentage on it.
Yeah, I thought they were just like flat, like they changed it to flat instead of percentage. But the thing that changed a lot is it doesn't affect movement speed as much, but it affects attack speed drastically more.
It's not drastically more. I mean,
It's
like a little bit more.
60% attack speed slow on ranged heroes is pretty
It's not
nuts.
percent. It's just a flat nut. One thing you need to understand about percent is it's not always percent. When it's on attack speed, it means a flat number. Listen, Dota makes perfect sense, okay?
I don't understand what
So
you're
it's only
saying.
gone up by 10. The attack speed slow was 50 flat before.
Even though it says
now
50%.
Yeah, even though it says 50%, what they mean is it's 50.
I'm sorry, what?
How do I come up with an example? So in the same way that Gloves of Haste give you 20 attack speed, it's like you lose half a Glove of Haste from the new Scotty upgrade.
So why doesn't Glove of Haste say 20% increased attack speed?
I can't tell you that. I don't know the answer to that. It used to say 20%, but then they changed it to just be flat 20s. I think it's something like based on like the math on how these things are, based on like base attack time versus upgrades.
DogChamp going in aggressive. They managed to take down Stonebank. Overlom in some trouble as well. The Wraith Pact is down. The question is, can it be enough to keep them alive? Kunkka isolated and alone. Tidal Wave not gonna be able to do it. Stonebank's BKB putting in some heavy lifting. Somehow Overlom is still alive. We'll finally take out to Fade here.
Yeah.
Beautiful fight.
Scooter McDuck is already going to work, but pushing the other lanes. But this is what you talked about. The Spirit Breaker is a great counter to this. He goes and trying to shove the lane right away. In fact, they're going for bottom tier 3. I don't think they'll be able to put pressure the tier 3 here. Like, this is kind of suicide if they go for it. They don't even have the tier 1. Fade's going for that. He does have the Ignum Shard, so it'll help me quick work a bit.
Yeah, Viper Shard is very good at dealing with towers. So I think what happened here is the cut kind of just like forgot they were playing a Dota 2 game. And because they're just so busy like split pushing and just farming, and then they're like, wait a minute, there's a whole other team in this game, and DogChamp capitalized on it, you know.
I imagine that is exactly what happened. These guys forgot that they're playing Dota. Let's go. Punish them. Okay, top lane. Kits remembers though. Unfortunately, you can't connect with speed. Not being able to get on top of them. Gank comes out. It connects with the Ursa. They have a reasonable idea of where the majority of these DogChamp heroes are. So Streetman Tech figures that he's safe. Figures correctly. And they can't turn this last team fight into any more objectives. They'd get the mid to tier 1, so it's something, but they want more than that, man. We don't have the top tier 1 either. They're trying to set up here onto Lina, though. You do have a Basher on the Ursa.
Yeah, Stonebank suddenly is very farmed after that fight.
Dude, they look so lost right now on the cut. Look at this. They're just like kind of hanging around their jungle, not really sure where they can go at the moment. And I understand the reasoning for doing this. Like, they're playing into Spirit Breaker. They feel like if they show themselves, like everyone on DogChamp is going to run at them. But this is a very unfortunate way to be playing the Nature's Prophet. Your map is feeling smaller and smaller. The map should feel very big for you, especially when you still had these tier 1 towers just a moment ago. It feels like they've lost the mental game right now on the cut.
Yeah, I don't really know what their like game plan is right now. They're kind of just waiting.
Need to find a hero, like get at least 1 or 2 people, and then take control of the map again. But they can't connect with anybody, and they don't have a way of like beginning any of these team fights outside of Kunkka. So, like, they're playing this as safe as possible on the cut. They've got the Treant split pushing the bottom lane and waiting for somebody to show themselves on DogChamp, so they know they have like a numbers advantage. But DogChamp aren't playing ball. They're gonna run to B9. This is the worst hero they can run into as well. Like, now DogChamp can just dodge. Yeah, even if they get him there, it's like, okay, whatever. He can, like, he can't buy back in the game because he doesn't have the gold, but he doesn't really care about going down. Like, just him running into them and getting that information, if he dies, it's like good enough. They do see speed down the bottom lane.
Oh, Abyssal Blade right away.
Yeah.
Finds the kill onto the Rubik.
Yeah, that was the Abyssal reveal. But already...
They're going to just continue the charge. They found Overlom on the backside. He needs to get the Force Staff to the low ground, and he does, so he's going to be fine. But Kits is stuck here all alone.
Yeah. Oh no.
Dude, Ursa is just continuing the chase. He's on top of Scourge, charged through from the Spirit Breaker, able to help just secure that one. And yeah, I honestly don't know what you can do anymore on this Nature's Prophet. Like, he's not gonna be able to just stand his ground here and do the damage. They will be able to find the kill onto the Ogre.
The reason they're confident to even walk up that much on the cut is because speed is on the other side of the map, but he's gone for the meme build. Look at this guy. He's at 1,000 movement speed. He was on the other side of the map in like 3-4 seconds there. Yeah. He's got Elven Tunic, Phase Boot, Shadowblade, Yashikaya, and Aghanim Scepter on the Spirit Breaker. Like, he just gets over to the other side of the map.
It ain't a meme anymore. One other thing to note, I'm not
it's
sure.
100% a meme.
Nah, I mean, we remember the last patch. This was literally the build on Spirit Breaker. Every game was just like this Shadowblade, Ags, Yashikaya.
I cannot
BKB.
believe that Ice Frog wants this. This is insane.
I was gonna say, I'm not sure if you've taken a look at Yaren, but Homeboy is farmed on this 4th position Wyvern. Like, he's basically playing it like Coddle, which is very funny. The exact same thing. He's got the Cold Embrace Shard and then just Splinter Blast the wave, just one-shots it. He goes back. This dude's got, he's got Boots of Travel, Blink Dagger, Octarine, Force Staff on your 4 position.
Yeah, and a Quickening Charm. This Winter's Curse has a 54-second cooldown. He's able to use it every time you have BKB ready. No, he just essentially wastes your BKB timing in this in these fights. 5.5 seconds of Winter Curse duration, 54-second cooldown versus BKB, 6-second duration, 75-second cooldown. Good stuff.
Dude, this Cold Embrace, dude, it's so spammable. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I mean, the idea is like your Nature's Prophet is just completely undone by the existence of this Winter Wyvern. Like, every time he shows up in a lane to try and start split pushing, it's like Yaren just goes there and starts Cold Embracing,
Yaren's
Splinter
about to
Blast in the wave.
surpass Luna's net worth.
Oh, he did a moment ago. He got repassed is the problem.
Smoke there, he did it.
Cut. Gotta be careful. It is Roche number 3. Aghanim Scepter is available. And this would be like a game-winning Ags for Stonebank. This hero will never die if he gets it.
Yeah. They just about lost a window of opportunity, though. Yaren on the other side, like, he's now showed himself.
Oh, they charge on in, able to get Scourge out of there for the moment, but Aid just taking so much damage. Cold Embrace protecting the Viper for now, but they managed to disarm that Ursa and push him away. They managed to get on top of the Lina, though. They're trying to heal her up, but it's not going to be enough. They lose the Kunkka as well. That's going to be a dieback. He buys back. They lose Overlom. Scourge McDuck. He's got no health left. He's trying to TP out. Will he be able to make it? He will not. No buyback, and DogChamp just wiped the floor with them.
Yeah, this is all underneath the Wraithback Totem as well. Like, they had their damage significantly cut down there, but they still end up crushing them. Rubik trying to get the save off onto Scourge McDuck as well, like tossed him over up onto the high ground, but still couldn't save him. Like, DogChamp have such an overwhelming advantage right now. I'm not sure how they take fights in them anymore. Like, they've missed this. Like, they had map control, they were split pushing, but these heroes on DogChamp are too good at dealing with this. The Winter Wyvern's dealing with the Nature's Prophet's split push. The Spirit Breaker will just, like, if you show your own hero, get over there and kill you. Do it in like seconds. This game is way too hard now.
Yeah, I mean, you pick the split pushing lineup, and DogChamp have some of the best heroes of the game at punishing you for doing so. So, yeah, I really love their draft here. Like, Yaren is played super well on this Wyvern, and like all of his Cold Embraces in these fights have been sick. Oh, he finds Aid.
Yaren just blinks on top of you.
I think Aid's dead here. He doesn't have any way to really keep him alive, and with the Viper's damage as well, he's gonna fall. Fade. Easy kill on this mid lane Viper.
All right. He's got Winter's Curse on the Rubik. They ping this one out.
I don't think it matters.
You're right. I mean, we're going to be able to grab the tier 3 in the mid lane anyways. Tier 2 still standing. He could make a super big play in this next team fight. B-God is a God gamer. It's in the name.
True. I will counter argument with this. Fury Swipes is a primary portion of Ursa's damage. Primary portion of Viper's damage is his magic. So Winter's Curse doesn't actually really punish your team that much.
Oh, okay. Ooh. I was a little lift on the Rubik. It took a moment in my brain to register that he is the Rubik.
He is the Rubik.
Yeah.
He's
just they caught him.
He's just having some fun, dude. Riding his magic stick around, you know.
Does cancel that charge. 6.2k net width on the Spirit Breaker. Why does he have a 4-staff queued up? Is he just worried about Nature's Prophet?
Probably, but jumps in on speed, able to get his hands on Alina and interrupt the backslide. Oh, Scourge gets 4-step into the enemy team. Instead, Leash up that Ursa doing work, but Speed just continuing the chase here. Stolen Winter's Curse. You were talking about it. Maybe it's a big deal here, but Scourge, he's still doing his best just to hobble away, but it's not looking good for the lad. They drop the sentry inside the Sprout. Triple buyback coming through from the cut, but
Bait baits his Speed. Sick plays inside of DogChamp, man.
Stonebank goes in, charge through from Speed onto 2. Question is, can they get out on these heroes? Boat's not going to really connect with anyone as Fade just turns around with that BKB. All right, Tower Flak's going to push them out for the moment, but they're just going to go right back in, and they do. Jumps the Kunkka, trying to do what he can. Speed with another charge, doing some work. The Nether Strike this time does catch Kits on the Lina. No BKB to protect her, and the multi-cast there from Bloody 9. Right when you'd need it. Winter's Curse as well. Scourge McDuck pushed back into his base, but it now belongs to DogChamp, and game number 1 will belong to DogChamp.
I mean, if they GG out, I haven't seen it yet. These people are tenacious. They will not surrender. There it is. They finally give it up. Just going for the tier 4s here. DogChamp managed to stall this game out long enough that it really felt like you didn't have a carry on the side of the cut and weren't able to split push this with the answers they had. I mean, the Spirit Breaker and Winter Wyvern doing a lot. Winter Wyvern ended up just using this Nature's Prophet split push to get himself extra farm. It's passing Alina's net worth in the end. Super sick gameplay there by DogChamp. They don't need Lukey to win games, right?
They're just good, man. It's that simple.
Yeah.
Captain B9. I honestly, their draft is so sick. Like this is my biggest concern when they like first picked this Nature's Prophet. I knew it was going to be a safe lane Prophet, and I think DogChamp did too. And so they just were like, all right, well, we're gonna pick Spirit Breaker and make your life miserable. The Winter Wyvern ended up being an almost even better counter than I would have expected. So yeah, stellar draft all around.
Yeah. And nice play by them. Well, I mean, they've tried to run this Nature's Prophet a couple times. Maybe it's not as strong as we all think it is, or maybe they just end up counter picking it super early. This might be something you have to fall back on the last pick, hoping the enemies don't get the opportunity to counter this one out, as it ended up just falling off as the game went on. I did like how they played this Kunkka though. I felt like the raid pack build was kind of sick, but then eventually you just didn't have ways to start the fights or catch these heroes on DogChamp out on the map when they were doing this split push thing and trying to deal with you. So the draft may need a little bit of work here.
Yeah. Well, we're going to go to a quick break. It looks like there's a small Dota update, most likely just patching some bugs, but we'll be back with game number 2 here of DogChamp and the cut in just a little bit.